What is going on, peeps? Man, you know what? There's a lot of shaking and jiving and moving and a lot of things happening in Iraq. A lot of things to give people a lot of optimistic about our little investment. All right, we're going to get into that. But first, let me get through all the unpleasantries. The disclaimer: I am not an attorney, I'm not a tax advisor or a financial advisor. Please consult with real professionals. The following is my opinion only, based on my own research. The information I find, I will share with you and encourage you to read and listen to it so that you can form your own opinion. That's what I like about this. This is why I post the links in my description to the things that I read, because I might see something one way, you might see it another, and then I open things up for dialogue. It's very important if all of us are trying to move towards the same goal, towards the same finish line. All right, you guys? Alrighty, so let's get into a couple of things. Yes, oh God, I promised to do this tonight because you guys blast me about updating to Windows 10. Okay, here we go. Pimpy's Investment Chat. This is the same as my YouTube channel. I do have a group on Facebook with the same name. I will leave a link in the description and encourage you guys to come join us. It's free to do so. We talk about everything in here from Iraqi Dinar, Vietnam Dong, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, Jacera, Nacera, you name it. It is discussed. And it's free to talk about. It's free to join us. There's no cost. It's free, and we do share a lot of information. So if you have a question, I encourage you to come and write it in the post. And we have a lot of knowledgeable people in here. I myself will try to get to it. I don't always have the time to do so, but I try. That's because I didn't realize how busy having a YouTube channel keeps me. All right, you guys. So again, the link will be in the description. I will encourage you guys to come join us. It is free to do so. Okay, so one thing I missed the other day and wanted to talk about this so much is this Lieutenant General that's come back, Saudi. So this guy here is an Iraqi badass. Okay, so Mahdi got rid of him, and now Kazami has brought him back. So the return of Saudi, I believe is how you say his name, or Daid, raises questions about the next step. Analysts consider the return of the expelled commander of the anti-terrorist forces in Iraq a symbolic value and a consideration of the prominent military, and they expected to reorganize the apparatus to get rid of the positions held by pro-Iranian militias. I told you guys this guy is an Iraqi badass. At one time, they were actually considering this guy for a higher post, and then when Mahdi got in office, who's an Iranian puppet, they expelled this guy, but now he is back. So an Iraq Prime Minister Kadim issued a decision on Saturday to return Saud to the agency to assume his presidency after former Prime Minister Mahdi expelled him back in October 2019 and transferred him to work in the Iraq Ministry of Defense. So I'm excited to see what this guy's capable of doing. Like I said, he's one of those let's drain the swamp kind of guys, and I'm expecting a lot of so-called proxy people who are lingering in Iraq to be swiftly removed. And I'm talking about anybody that's ISIS, Al-Qaeda, or any terrorist-related groups. This guy is a real go-getter. I've heard mixed stories, but the most I've heard about him is the fact that he's a go-getter. I wanted to talk about him last time, and I totally missed the mark on this one. All right, you guys, so what else is going on here? Look at this. Trump to Al-Economy. Iraq is a strong and important country ready to help support its economy. Well, let's kind of kick around. What are some of the ways that Trump can help Al-Economy support its economy over there in Iraq? Yep, you guys are thinking the same thing I am. Change the rate. All right, you guys. That's right. I'm telling you, I've been doing the pee-pee dance a little bit on this. It's a lot of activity, a lot of talk about the economy. I think if Trump really wants to keep Iraq in his good graces, as well as the American people, he'll just go ahead and change the rate. This will do two things. It'll kill two birds with one stone. One, it will kickstart. Well, let me rephrase that. It'll kill three birds with one stone. One, it would kickstart the economy again over here in the United States. Two, it would kickstart the economy around the world because so many people hold on to the Iraqi dinar. And three, it would help out the Iraqi people greatly. Okay, so U.S. President Donald Trump affirmed on Monday that Iraq is a strong and important country that had a central role in the region and in achieving regional and international stability. Think about that. Prime Minister Kademi received a phone call from President Trump in which he congratulated Al-Kademi on his assumption of the presidency of the Iraq government, said in a statement from the Prime Minister's office. Al-Kademi thanked the American president for his congratulations, stressing Iraq's keenness to establish the best relationship with the United States. Well, I know what would be a good way to get the two off on a good foot. You feel me on this one? All right, hit the like button and leave a comment if you agree. Look, you guys want to get off on a good start? Let's change that damn rate, all right? For his part, President Trump stressed that Iraq is a strong and important. We already talked about this. We already know what's going on. If they want stability in there and they want the protesters to calm down, give them some purchasing power. Still to this day, what one of the protesters said rings in my head. He said, I have 250 Iraqi dinar in my pockets. It's not even worth a quarter. But what if you made that 250 Iraqi dinar worth $250? Okay? Just throwing that out there. Okay, so Trump called again. Here we go. I like the fact there's a lot of activity going on between Trump, Mike Pompeo, the UN, as well as Iraq. This is big. I'm not a big fan of the UN, but hey, it's a good move in the right direction. Prime Minister Kademi agreed with President Trump on Monday to cooperate to combat coronavirus and develop economic investment efforts between their two countries. I told you what Iraq needs more than anything is for outside investors to come in and start opening up business in there to help the economy strengthen. They got to go get away from just relying on the Iraqi oil. It does no good. But if you get a lot of businesses in there and the Iraqi people start going to work, guess what happens? Well, one, they stop getting entitlement programs. They stop getting cash aid from the government. In other words, instead of just taking money from the government, they now can pay taxes and they're paying into the government. Do you see the difference between the two? Not to mention, Iraqi people then will have spending money to go and get things that they want or don't need. Either way, the point is they'll be able to buy whatever they want. There's a lot of pride involved with that. All right. So that only helps strengthen the economy. Okay, this came in a telephone received by Kademi from the American president to congratulate him on the occasions of the prime minister, so forth and so on. Scrolling down, President Trump stressed that Iraq is a strong and important country. Central to the we know about this, it's part of the other side. The two sides agreed to expand cooperation in the fight against the corona pandemic, as well as the developed economic investment efforts to serve the interests of both countries. Well, we can think of one. We talk about it all the time. So look, I said this before. They're the last other two prime ministers that were selected that never made it. Alawi as well as Zarfi. Both were hardcore favorites of the American people, of the American government, and not favorite of Iran. And of course, when I can't help but feel like this is part of a plan, and that was, let's put in two other people with the real goal of getting this guy in there. Although Zarfi, for the most part, is American born, so that would have been interesting. The U.S. military newspaper, The Real Clear Defense, confirmed that the strategic dialogue between Iraq and the United States comes at a time when the U.S. president, frustrated with the cost of American military presence in Iraq, and that the current prime minister is preferred in Washington. This is good. We already know Trump does not like war. He's been trying to pull us out of all these never-ending wars, all right? So what he wants to do is make sure that, one, Iraq is set up and they are secure, as well as a government that is established. Two, he wants to make sure that economically they are sound. We know how they can do that. Three, we know Trump also said he would not pull out of Iraq 100% unless they were going to pay us for all the real expensive air bases that they left there. Well, we know, when we talked about this, Bush said the same thing. The Iraq war would pay for itself. Well, Bush didn't say that, but one of his cabinet members said that. I always mix that up. But, Trump's saying the same thing. Look, we'll pull out of there. We'll change the rate. We'll turn everything over to you. This gives you your purchasing power. This also gives outside investors opportunity to come in and expand the economy of the Iraqi people, as well as the Iraqi government. Get you guys away from relying on 95% of your budget being relied on so much by the oil that you sell. This is not good. Anyway, so it's starting to look really good. I'm really happy about a lot of articles. I keep reading more and more, and as usual, I will leave the links in here for you guys to come and just come check this out for yourself. The Ministry of Finance talks about employee salary. This is what he said. Well, what did he say? The Finance Minister Alawi on the 11th of May sent a letter to reassurance to employees regarding salary insurance. Okay, and we know that this has been talked about a lot. We also know that the people from Kurdistan has been coming over with their delegates a whole lot, just making sure that Iraq promises and will honor the laws that they pass and the agreements that they have as far as the oil agreements and the salaries of the people. Okay, so we are seeking to distribute full salaries with our expectations for continued improvements of oil prices. Okay, the semi-official newspaper, okay, quoted the minister saying in a Telegram channel, financial matters are difficult, but salaries and people's strength are among the first concerns and priorities of the government. I will agree with that. All right, you guys. So it's still, again, we're watching them and it's looking good so far. So let's keep that up. Okay, just a quick reminder, if you don't mind, like and share the video. It's how it helps the channel grow. And please subscribe if you have not subscribed. All right, again, these are all the things that help keep the channel free. All right, so if you're going to let YouTube pay for my services, all right, not you guys, I want to keep them free. So again, I appreciate you guys all being aboard. I told everybody last night, and I'll just tell you one last time, I want to thank you that I've reached the 10,000. Well, I'm a little above it now, but 10,000 subscriber mark, and I know that without you it wouldn't be possible, so I'm forever grateful. All right, you guys, so that's it for now, and there might be some more updates later on. I'm just trying to squeeze this in here real quick while I have a chance, because I'm working on another Nasera video, and there's a lot of information to review. I'm trying to do so and work at the same time, which is pretty hard. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.